Hello and welcome back to Mr. Tudor Builds. Today, we are going to be taking a look at a custom Lego treehouse that takes two of the Lego Ideas treehouses and puts them into one set. Now, this set was custom built by myself. There's no instructions. I just kind of put it together how I thought would look cool, and I feel like it turned out pretty sweet. You may have noticed as well that my review station has changed, so I no longer am on a wooden table. I'm in my game room, but this Lego set is so big that I can barely get it on the white display, so you might see glimpses of things outside of my review area, but we're going to keep it on the set. We're going to go over the minifigures. I'm going to give you guys a view inside of each of the houses and the deluxe suite, or at least I'm going to try. It's probably going to break, but I'm going to give it my best shot, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So as I mess with my tripod here, I'm thinking this is going to be pretty sweet. We can start at the lower level, which is right here, and then slowly work our way up towards the top of the tree. And at the end, I'm going to do my best to give you an inside look inside the cabins. I'm guessing something's most certainly going to break, but that's just a risk I'm willing to take. So we're going to start off by looking at the minifigures. So the first one we have here looks like get it to focus. A young girl minifig, which looks like she has a fisherman vest on, brown pants, pretty sweet. She has a hat. Oh, now she's bald. Look at that. Very sweet. You can toss that back on. I don't know if she can wear it backwards. Oh, check it out. That looks great. But keep the hat this way. It's pretty awesome if you have some kids running around the cabins. Next, it looks like we have a little boy minifig. Same height. You notice both of these have the short legs, but he has a jacket on. He has glasses. Has some nice swooshy hair, I guess. And yeah, just a little bit of print on the back. Pretty awesome. Especially if you're a kid, right? Don't you want to play with kid minifigs? And then we have what I believe is possibly the mom of the set, because there's the dad back there, but has a nice, maybe like a leather or raincoat. Some print on the back as well. Not as cool as the Space minifigs, in my opinion, but look at this guy. Now, that hat, he really is rocking that thing. Got a little bit of stubble. You know, he's an adventurous fella, so he's got some stubble on there. He's got his little, you know, purse to carry his binoculars, all of his outdoor adventure stuff. So he looks pretty sweet as well. So the first thing we are going to take a look at is the lower section of this set. Now, a lot of this did come from the original Lego Treehouse, but I think originally it was about this size right here, and I expanded it and added on a few other things. So let me move my camera over here first of all. And the first thing we are going to take a look at is my small little Lego picnic table. So you can see it has a picnic table with some stools around it the minifigs can sit at. There's a candle, maybe like a trash bag, also some posts that have some torches for lights. Also, there's a baby pumpkin, some full-grown pumpkins, but you can take the minifigs and you may sit them around the table. And you can kind of see the start of the staircase, and even right here is a small birdhouse. There also is a stone path that does lead up the steps into the treehouse, and even right there, a really cool lantern. As we come around to this side, let me adjust that again. There we go. You'll see they have a small cauldron kind of over a fire that's not lit yet, but they can cook some carrots if they need to. And then over here, it's almost as if it's really cool because they use blue tiles and then cover them with clear tiles to give it a translucent look. The same as actual water would be, which is pretty sweet. I had extra of these plants, so I added a few around here. And then you also see they have a hoisting system, which we're going to look at in just a second, where they can pull everything they need from the ground instead of carrying it up the stairs, which I think is pretty sweet. So now before we take a look at the back, we will look at that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to park it right here. And this is kind of the first story. Now what you're going to notice, there's a cabin here, there's a cabin here, and there's also a cabin on the back side that we will look at once we move to the back. But as you can see, there's a small bridge so the minifigs can walk across. And then there's windows and all kinds of things they can look outside. There's a door here. There's a door there. There's a lantern, another bird. And then over here, they actually have a telescope. So at nighttime, if they feel like looking out into the stars, they can use that as well. Again, we'll look at the other cabin on the back side once we flip to the back. I'm going to go ahead and move this up again. Now, something I added, so all the top of this set is complete custom by myself. Took a lot of finagling to get it all together, but as you can see right here, I added a swing. I do not think that swing is very safe. I would not recommend swinging on it, but it is there because it's Lego, man, and why not? It looks awesome. And this is my very, not very safe steps up to the suite at the top. But hopefully they just keep the kids off those because I have a feeling they would possibly slip and fall. But right here, we get to the deluxe suite. Now, how I built this is that I actually, whoa, take that back up one more time. I actually used the 3 cabins from the bottom, since I had 2 sets, and I molded them all into one ultimate cabin. Now, the interior is not as sweet as the bottom ones because I was just working with what I had, but I believe the exterior looks pretty sweet. We have small garden beds out front. You'll see there's also some vines growing up around. 3 huge windows, 2 small ones, and then almost a little circular window, which is really sweet. You can actually see a flower inside. There's a balcony on this side we'll look at in just a second. There also is a little small balcony out front where if minifigs want to stand, they can. And then the last part I'm going to take you up to is we are going to look at the canopy, which look at all those leaves. Not much to see. If you like leaves, it's your lucky day. But as I slowly take this down, you can get one last look at the entire treehouse. And then if I back up again, gives you one total look. And let's go ahead and take a look at both sides and the back side of the treehouse. Alrighty, now we have moved to the back side of the treehouse, and you're going to notice a lot of similar things that we saw from the front just because we were looking at them from the back. But the first thing to start off here, you can see the basket a little better hanging from, that almost looks like a little crank system that can pull it up. You'll see the river kind of runs back behind. There is a swing here. Now, I would recommend swinging on this swing. Yeah, you're not going to fall from 40 feet in the air, so that's always nice. I built a custom mini garden, which looks like it has some carrots and tomatoes growing inside, which is awesome. Some custom rocks. Again, the torch tower. Another lantern hanging off the back. And then we're going to go ahead and move up so you can see the last cabin that you could not see from the front. So as we come up, you can see the back side of the 2 cabins we saw prior. Another really cool circular window. The telescope again. There's also some branches that are just popping out. I really like how they did the roofs on each one of these cabins. They're kind of curved instead of just being flat, which is really cool. It's kind of complicated to build. Honestly, the hardest part to build was building the trunk in the middle. Every time I pick it up, I'm very afraid it's going to break, but it hasn't yet, so I must have done something right. But yes, this is the cabin we didn't see. It looks very similar to the others. What's really going to look different is when we get to check out the insides, which are so many cool details. And we'll get to that in just a little bit. We're going to move our way up. We're going, and then as we get right here, I just want to pause for 1 second and say, wow, don't these steps look great? And then what in the world is going on here? That's what we like to call ingenuity. I threw together whatever pieces I could find to say, yeah, I bet they could climb up that. Oh, yeah, and I actually forgot, look, my favorite part. Okay, not my favorite part, but I added in, let's raise this. If you can see right in there, there are branches in the way. This is the back side of the tree. They don't trim it very often, but if you look right in here is my Lego hot tub. Kind of crazy to get up there, but I guess it would be worth it because hot tubs are pretty cool. But I will go all the way to the top again, show you the leaves. Tons of leaves, different colors, dark green, light green. And then we will slowly slide our way to the bottom. And then now we will take an inside look at each one of the cabins, including the suite. This part of the review is going to be just a little different because I am holding my phone, but I'm going to do my best to show you the inside of each without breaking anything, which just watch, I'm sure in just a second, we're like, haha, Mr. Tudor, look, it broke. And I'm going to say, yes, and I will be having to fix it later. But the first part we're going to look at, as we look in here, as you can see right there, this is the kids' room. There was a bunk bed, which is super sweet. There's a pair of binoculars on the wall. As we come around, there's the circular window. And actually, if you can, I don't know if we can see that jar very well, but there is, yep, you can kind of see right there. There's a firefly in that jar. Really sweet. There's a drawer. And then as we come around to this side, I believe this is almost like a Lego cabin set, which is really cool. There's a dresser and sorry for the sound effects. There's a little flower in a vase and a cup, which is pretty sweet. But I'm going to go ahead and I'll just leave that off to the side because that is going to be a pain to put back on. I'm going to twist the tree around just a little bit. And now we're going to take a look at this one, which again, you can really see the crank system. Let's see if this actually works. Oh yeah, it does. Check that out. It goes all the way to the ground, load it up, crank it back, put all your goods inside of that crate. And man, it's spinning, isn't it? Go ahead and take a look inside this one. Now, I believe this one, let me not hit my head on the light. Oh, there goes the light into the tree. Oh, this is the bathroom. Cool. So you can actually see there is a bathtub, a sink with a brush, maybe a bottle of shampoo there. And then around this side, let's move around this way. You can actually see, yeah, Lego toilet. How awesome, right? You gotta have a Lego toilet. What else? Oh, and even green compostable toilet paper. The toilet paper is made from leaves. Look at that. Lego's awesome. But that is the second cabin, which is the bathroom. And then now, this is where it breaks. If you guys are watching, you'll all have it on camera and everyone will get to see. Oh, maybe not. Is the back side, and I believe this is where the adults sleep. So as we look in here, oh, that's really cool. There's a dresser. There's actually a clock. Look at that. Like a old wooden clock. A brush. A ship in a bottle. I don't know what that little white thing and the clear thing is supposed to be. There's also a compass. What's that? I'm not 100% sure what that's supposed to be either. But then you can actually see the huge, I don't know if I'd say huge, huge mini bed. There's also a dresser with a flower on it as well, and a pair of binoculars. So pretty sweet room for the adults. There's the door as well. And what's really nice, you can see there's red here, there's green here. So if you're not sure, hey, which one does this one go to? Hey, this one's green, so that means this roof goes, which I said I wasn't going to do it, so I'm not going to do it. But it does go there. The red one goes here. It's much easier to put this on with two hands. But now we're going to take a little break, and then I'm going to see if I can pull the roof off of the suite. This might be a challenge, but I will be back with the results if it works. Hey, would you look at that? No canopy on the treehouse, which means we get to take a look inside. Now remember, I was working with what I had. So compared to the other rooms, these don't look as great. I feel like the exterior still looks pretty cool. It goes around. I actually created this. It's a little water spout that goes down into this barrel so they can collect rainwater. And then as we come around to this side, I built a custom balcony that they can stand out on, which looks really cool. And let's go ahead and take a look inside. On this first one I have, let's set this over here. Oh, I actually created a little Lego bookshelf with plants, a stand with binoculars, and then a little chair that they can sit in as well, which looks pretty sweet. Oh, let's check out the other side. On the other side, oh yes, this is really sweet, but it's actually a terrarium right there you can see in there. Ignore all the dust on my Lego set. But there's a yellow frog, which is pretty sweet. A few lights for the frog. And then like a vine kind of going over the ceiling. And lastly, we have a Lego couch. Let's get some dust off there. Lego couch. You got some binoculars, a shelf with a cup, another plant, a cup next to it, a little coffee table also there as well. You can see kind of over into that side where there's a cactus plant. There's the flower. And then the last place we will look is over here where, yes, there's another cute plant down in there as well. So the suite came out. That's better than what I remembered. I've not looked in here in a while, but looks pretty sweet. Bookshelf, couch, terrarium with a green frog. Who doesn't love a good old green frog? Or not green frog, yellow frog. We love green frogs too, but a yellow frog as well. I'm going to pause the video here. We'll look at one more thing. And then, oh yes, also the hot tub with some torches. Pretty sweet. So again, this is not a Lego set you can buy in the store, but it is a custom Lego set I designed myself. The original Lego Treehouse, again, if you were to go and buy it on lego.com, is $250. It's a really awesome set. But considering Amazon sent me a set that was half opened, I said, hey, I paid for a new set. They told me to keep that set, and they sent me a brand new one, and I just used both parts together. But I will give you one last look at the water, the minifigs, and the rest of the treehouse. I just want to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, maybe even a comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for hopefully another Lego review coming up here soon. And for my student who just really needed a face reveal on this YouTube channel, even though they've seen my face 180 times, there you go.